Okay, yeah. Okay, let's continue this video. We were talking about the last time we were talking about how to graph a linear function. This is a linear function, linear. Okay. Um, let's graph a couple of other ABC, for example. This is a 3 points. We got 4 points here. 0, 0, yeah. Okay, now let's draw y is equal to 2x. What we do to draw it, we give value to x and we find y. And then the point, the coordinates of this point, x coordinate, y coordinate. We give value, see, we give some value that is positive x and sometimes the negative x, so we can find these numbers too. Like we say 2, 1, if it's x1, y is 2 times 1 is equal to. So the x is 1 and y is 2. X is 1 and y is 2. It's somewhere around here. This is called point A. No, we had A before. This is D. Point D. Okay, we find a few other points like 2. It's 2 times 2. See, this is we use this equation. This was yeah. This one was belong to y is equal to 4x. So what's going to be 2 times 2 is going to be 4. So we know 2. Okay, let's see. Right, 1 here for the coordinates of A. Okay, we have 2, 4. Is the point here 4y. Okay, 2, 4 means x is 2, y is 4. X is 2, y 1, 2, 3, 4. This is another point E. Suppose E. This is the point. Has x and y coordinate. When you draw a point, you have to have x and y. Even sometimes y maybe 0. We talked about it last time. Like this is minus 2. Like you say, we don't talk about it, just remind you that if we have a point here, it only has minus 2x and 0y, the coordinates of these points. So, see, so far we have 2 points here. But let's find some points at the negative x. So we can find some points here and then we connect this point. These are gonna, because we are giving number to these, if we connect these points, we are gonna get a line. That's why we call it a linear function. It just, okay. Now give 0 first. 0, if you give 0 to this one, 2 times 0 is gonna be 0. So 0x and 0, this is for E, F, for example, here. We got another point 0, F is 0 and 0. Let's give minus 1. Minus 1. If we give minus 1, 2 times minus 1 is equal to minus 2. Okay? And then the coordinates is going to be minus 1 and minus 2. Point what you call it, EFG. For example, G minus G minus 1, x is minus 1, and y is minus 2. This is minus 2, right? 1 is going to come this way, this way, there's a point. This is going to be point G. Now we got 3 points. It's better now we understand that on the let's give another minus 2 to, usually we start from minus 2 to plus 2, the number we give. 2 times minus 2 is equal to minus 4. So we have for minus 2, we have minus 4 here. We have minus 2, minus 4. Okay. Now we connect these points. Connected. See here, almost, you see, I didn't write in a scale. All these lines, connect those, and we draw, you know, that's the line, you know, means continuous, whatever. So the things I was trying to say, this is y is equal to 4x. This is the graph of that function, but this graph of this function is 2x. You know, 2x and 4x. Okay, we just give number to it. 1, x is 1. It's gonna be y. It's gonna be 2. We put it in there. Instead of x, we put numbers here. 2. 3y minus 3 2x. So we put x in there. Now we put, instead of x, we put 2. You know, we will just substitute this number in x. Could, we said that x could be any value. So you see that this line, the slope, I mean, it's getting, this way is going to get steeper, this way just the opposite way. It's not going to be less steep and yet steep. No, before that, let's talk about another function. Y is equal half x, 1/2, 0.5x. So we draw the table here, x, input, output, okay? We give x here, value of x here, we find y. X is equal to 2, y is equal 1 over x. And this is the coordinates of point. Okay, we give 2. Y is equal 1 over 2 times 2, which is what 2, so cancel out, it's going to be 1. So if we give x 2, y is going to be 1. 1. Okay. Now we give x 1. X is, if we give x 1, y is equal 1 over 2 times 1 times 1 over 2, 1/2 times 1 is going to be 1 over 2. Okay, and then we write the point. Let's talk about h. We find this point h. Okay, again we name these later a little bit. So if you have 1, y is going to be 1 over 2. Is equal to 0. Y is equal to 1/2 times 0. It's going to be 0. So 0, 0. If x 0, y is going to be 0. Now it's going to be minus 2. just give another number minus 2, it should be green. If we give x minus 2, y is equal to 1 over 2, minus 2 is going to be minus 2, minus 1. The answer is going to be minus 1. So the point is going to be minus 2x coordinate minus 1. If we draw this one here, minus 2 minus 1 is here. Now let's forget about the other points we have, and we know about these, you know, so we don't have to confuse so the point is, we are going to place the point, locate the point. So this is x2, y is going to be 1. x2, y is going to be 1 here. So the first point here, x2, y1. And then x1, 1/2. x1, 1/2 is here. This is 1, half of it is going to be this. So the second point is this one. And then we have this point 0, 0, okay, this point, and then minus 2 and minus 1, minus 2, minus 1, it's going to be this one, this, minus 1, minus 2, minus 2x, minus 1y. Okay, let's connect this point to see what it looks like, the graph of this equation, I mean this function. See, this is y is going to be 1 over half x. You know, see, we just give value to x and find y. That's it. You know, just it's what's going to be 3, and it's going to give us this much y. If we get x minus 4, it's going to give us something. You know, it depends what equation, what function we use. So you see that this is you notice that this is going this way. It's getting the coefficient behind this is getting less and less, and this is coming this way until it is a straight line. Oh, we will talk about this later. You know, I mean, this has a 0 slope. Now we talk. It shows these functions. They show how steep they are. It's getting, see, it's getting a steeper, and this way, and something 0. 0 means, I mean, it's called. I'm sorry, infinity. I mean, here a slope is 0. If we come this way, you know, it get parallel to x, and so, but this way, if this is the slope is going to be infinity. Now we talked about the slope. The coefficient behind x, these are the slope of this equation, this function. See, here a slope is equal to 4, m is equal to 2, and n is equal to 1 over 2. Okay. Now, no, just before we get into the how to find the slope, we draw some another equations. It's like y is equal to 2x plus 1. Okay, we did the same way. If you want to draw this, what are you going to do? We do a table. We have x here, we give value to x and find the y value. Y is equal to x plus 1. Okay, so we can give value, we give value to x and find y. Means we give how much x is, and then we find the y. This was, we're talking about 4x, y is equal to 4x, and then the other one is getting this way, then the other one, you know, this way, until we have zero slope. Let's draw this one just before we get into the to finding the slope of this. See, it has a slope. I mean, how steep they are. So we can evaluate it. Either we start from just with some number before x, I mean minus x, and some number in positive x to see, to locate. If you give some number to like minus 3 here, you are going to find the value for y. It might be here, it might be here, we have to see. Value for is minus 2. Okay, the value minus 2. We give minus 2, minus 1. We give this value to this function. 0, 1 plus 2. 1 plus 1 plus 2. So y minus 2, x is equal to minus 2 is going to be 2 times minus 2. That's 2 times minus 2 plus 1 is going to be what? Minus 4 plus 1 is going to be minus 3. We give minus 1. Instead of x, we put minus 1. Y is equal to 2 times minus 1 plus 1. But we just putting, substituting. X, first time minus 2, the second time minus 1, 2 times minus 1 is going to be minus 2, plus 1 is equal to minus 1. But this was minus 4. And then 0. If it's 0, y is equal, 2 times 0 is going to be 0 plus 1, so y is equal to 1. We find the points, you know, if we have minus 2, we had minus 3y. If we had minus 1, we had minus 1 here. Okay. Then we had, if we had 0, y is going to be 1. If it's 1, let's totally find 1. If x is equal to 1, what's going to be? Y equal 2 times 1 plus 1 is equal to 2 plus 1 is equal to 3. I'm sorry. So the other point is going to be 1, x is 1, and then y, we find it is 3. Okay? So let's draw this on this one. Is minus 2 here, minus 3 here. There is a point here. Minus 2x, minus 3y. Okay? This is the point. Minus 1, minus 1. There is another point here. Minus 1, minus 1. And then 0, 1. X, you see, remember x is 0, y is 1. It's going to be right here. Oops. We made, sorry. There is a, there should be, let me see if I'm doing right. Okay, I'm sorry. 1, 3. The other point is here. The other point is there. See, minus 2, minus 3, this point, and then this point. Okay, so everything, I think we did, okay, 2x plus 1, y, 2 times 2 plus 1 is equal 5. okay? Then we have 2 and 5. 2, 5. X 2, 5. 2, 5. Another point. One. So if you draw these, you know, you say if we draw these points, we find you see it's not into the scale, but it's going to be all, you know, at the same line. Actually, this is, yeah. This is going to be another point to see, right? It's a -1, yeah, -1. And see, all these points are along the line. So this is different. Let's clear those when we just talk about, or at least talk about these two. We just the green one. We just want to leave the green one on. We have right. If you write in a scale it, we get a more accurate graph. So we see that was x, yeah, here. Oh, I just, yeah, see here, it will intercept y-axis, you know, see what I mean? This equation, this function, you know, this one was y for x, and this one was, and this was y is equal to 2x plus 1. You know, what we did, we just give value to x and find the y value, and we locate the point, and then we connect those points together. You know, we make we graph the function. So take a look at it. When we give a value to x, it's going to be twice as much, and then plus 1. Whatever is going to be plus 1. See, x and y. We say if we give 2, x is going to 2 times 2 plus 1 is equal to 5. And it is minus 2 is equal to 2 times minus 2 plus 1 is equal to minus 4 plus 1 minus 3. So minus 2 and minus 3, minus 2 and minus 2 and minus 3, this point. This point here, call it A. And this one here, 2 and 5, 2 and 5. This point. This point is going to be B. B. So, as you say, as we talked earlier, that if this one increases, like 4x is going to get this way. If it's coming this way, this is decreasing. This is like sometimes 1.1x, for example. For every x is going to be 1/10 of y. that we are going to talk about a slope now. See, 2 is the slope, of this function. 4 also the coefficient of x, okay? The coefficient of x is going to show that what is the slope. If y is equal minus 4x plus whatever, this is 2. This minus 4 is the slope of this this function. So what I'm trying to say is, you know, sometimes they give you the form 2y plus 3x is equal to 5, for example. Okay? You have to find in this form until we say that the coefficient of x is going to be the coefficient of x is going to be the slope. We have to change it to this way. We say 2y, we find the only y1, so it's just x, something x plus something. You know, we will talk about this linear equation the next video in their way. So 2y is equal, 3x is going to go this way, the other side, minus 3x plus 5. And then if you divide all those by 2, this is going to be minus 3 over 2x plus 5 over 2. Now this time you can say minus 3 over 2, which is equal minus 0.5, is the slope. Is the slope of this function. If there is something like that, you have to change to find the only the y in one side, the y in one side of the equality, and x and this one on the other side. So the general rule is the equation of a line. Okay, that was the slope. Okay, equation of a line in general is mx plus c. C is constant. That we probably this video is gonna we don't have time to talk about it. But what I'm going to say is general rule for equation of a line. Equation of line is this way. We have to have a slope, and then we have to have the constant. That we will talk about it later. Thank you. Okay.